Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your spiritual messages reading. I am Pisces Intuition. So, Taurus, what I wanted to do, what I've been doing with all the other signs as well, is just drawing some oracle cards and then some tarot cards to kind of, just see what messages are, that you're needing to hear, that are needing to come out to for any particular situation in your life. What comes out just kind of comes out. And, hopefully, again, it helps you, along your journey. So the first card I took for you, Taurus, was the Insight Chakra Oracle card, and you got the base chakra. So now what this is telling me is with the base chakra, that, also referred to as the root chakra. When you think of root, you think of being firmly planted into the ground, that strength that, it's kind of just keeping you grounded, it's keeping you there, And so with this base chakra, that's telling me that, you need to possibly ground yourself a little more, definitely work on that base chakra, listen to, some kind of, they have like music here on YouTube that you can kind of listen to, for the sounds to, heal different areas of the chakra, kind of get that back aligned. Base chakra, it's, very important. I mean, all of them are, but, especially your root chakra, because again, that's keeping you the most grounded. All right, and then we have some Halloween oracle cards, and I've only been taking just kind of what comes out for each sign, so you actually had 3 of them that came out for you, Taurus. And you had this one, the Barmbrack, Sweetness and Synergy. And then you had Death, the Eternal Cycle Begins Here. And then the third one was Ghost, and that is Regret. Okay, so now what this is telling me is, with the Barmbrack, talking about sweetness and synergy, it's like an old wives' tale. What they used to do is, bake this bread, and they would put different items in it, and, depending on where you cut the bread, what item was in that piece, of the bread, would kind of be like fortune telling for you. It'd kind of let you know, give you an insight to, how things were going to end up for you. So, here, that's kind of talking about, it's okay to kind of have an insight. It's okay to get that, kind of guided, to be kind of guided. But at the same time, you want to have that balance. It's okay to have that curiosity. But, again, it's important to have that balance and, know that you have the tools to kind of change your future. So just because, going back to this, if you were to slice the bread and, you get something that's going to foretell you as, being poor in the future, you have the tools, you have free will to kind of change your future. You have, to change things along the way. So Taurus, what I'm saying is, even with the messages I'm giving you here, or any other tarot reading, or any other, divination that you may, follow or, do to kind of get that glimpse into your future. Nothing is, really set in stone. I mean, we all have free will, and therefore with that, free will kind of comes along as, being able to change, our future, being able to change, our path. And yes, we are still kind of guided on this path. Yes, certain things are written in stars, but yet not everything is. We can still kind of change, the path along our journey. Excuse me. Okay, so next we have Death. The Eternal Cycle Begins Here. So now this is very interesting because we just entered Scorpio season today. And, in Scorpio season, the card, that's really associated with Scorpio from the Major Arcana, one of them is the Death card. The Death card is also, again, death. But it's, also talking about transformation. And, again, Scorpio card, we are in Scorpio season. So, think of that Death card and think of when something ends, something new begins. When this cycle of life is, going around, again, when something ends, something else is rebirthed. A new beginning is rebirthed. So, definitely going into Scorpio season, it seems like this is a very important time for you. This is a new cycle for you, Taurus. Okay. And now the third card, the Ghost card, that kind of tells me that you're being haunted. The Ghost card talks about regret, or, hanging on to regrets, possibly past regrets, or anything, I'm just kind of getting that you're kind of being weighed down. Again, you're kind of being haunted by, the ghost of regret. You have past energies you're still hanging on to, and it's just not letting you, get past them. You have a lot of regrets, things that you wish you could change, but the past is the past. Things happen for a reason, things were done for a certain reason, and, that's what got you here to the path you are on today. And also, like I said, things can still be changed. So, what you may have heard, what you may have seen, what you've already been through, it's not completely written in stone. So just because you have regrets over past actions doesn't mean that you can't change or you can't make up for them, now. You don't have to be haunted by your regrets. All right. And then Taurus, the other two cards I got for you was the victim card. Okay. And then the card of recognition. All right, so I'm going to lower this so you can see the cards better. So now with that, that's kind of telling me that perhaps, there are some regrets within a connection, within some kind of union. It could be a relationship. It could be, any type of actual relationship, family, significant other, anything like that. There's some kind of possible regret there. Again, the victim card, maybe your hands were kind of tied to the situation. You're kind of bound. There isn't a whole lot you can do. Or it's definitely telling me, since this is kind of being haunted by regrets, maybe there's nothing you can do to change what happened within this union, what happened within this connection. And so you just kind of feel, like your hands are bound because there's nothing you can do to change what had happened. All right, so just because you're feeling that way, Taurus, that, maybe you can't change the past, that definitely doesn't mean that you can't learn from it and you can't grow from it. So now I'm going to be taking some tarot cards. I'm going to kind of look into the situation and just see what other messages are coming out for you. So what are the messages for Taurus? All right, so Taurus. Excuse me, my throat is like killing me. Alright, so you had quite a few cards come out. The first one is the Knight of Wands. So, the Knight of Wands, that's talking about, kind of, the Knight of Wands, he's very action-orientated. So, this is kind of showing me that you're ready to kind of move forward. You're ready to pursue some passions. You're ready to just kind of move on. It's time that you take action. It's time that, you move and you don't stay stuck. All right. So, the next card you get is the Fool. And then you have the Six of Cups. You have the Nine of Swords. You have the Nine of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. You have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Seven of Pentacles. So lots of Pentacles here. So you must have finances on your mind, I'm guessing. And then the Page of Cups. Okay, so, actually I'm going to go ahead and move these up here for right now. Okay, so Taurus, what I'm getting for you from this is, like I said, Knight of Wands, that's moving forward, that's pursuing your passions, that's not staying stuck in this kind of, ghost of regret. This is a new cycle for you, and you decided to take matters into your own hands to kind of work to change what was kind of foretold or what you kind of, seen for yourself, The Fool is doing exactly that. Knight of Wands, moving forward to pursue your passions, moving forward to a new beginning. The Fool is kind of taking that leap of faith. And like I said, moving forward, the Six of Cups we have talking about, you could be reminiscing from about someone in the past, or you could be, again, I'm getting the feeling that you're thinking about a past situation. Possibly you have regrets with, with your kids. Not that you regret having your kids. Let me rephrase that. Perhaps, if you're an older viewer and, maybe, your kids and you are kind of at a distance, so you're kind of reminiscing, thinking, well, I could have done this, I could have done that differently, maybe I could have spent more time with them then. Okay, Taurus, I do apologize for that. Slight technical difficulty here, but I think I got the problem fixed. So what I was going back to saying is, we have the Six of Cups. So that's talking about you kind of being, your mind in the past, reminiscing, kind of, like I said, just remembering how things were in the past relationship, past with your family, any type of past situations. And then we have the Nine of Swords next to it, which is taking me back to the ghosts, and regrets. We have the Nine of Swords, and that's talking about you could be having a lot of sleepless nights. This is often referred to as a nightmare card. There's, she's under a lot of stress. She's, full of anxiety. Like I said, it kind of takes me back to, having regrets and, all those kind of, issues going on with her. But, here in the window we have the owl. The owl is kind of there to, what are owls, but they're full of wisdom. They're very wise. And here, this is saying that even though, you can't change anything, even though we are still living in the past, we might be having some regrets, we are, experiencing anxiety, we are experiencing sleepless nights, and things like that, we can learn from it, learn from this situation. And then we have the Three of Pentacles here. Now, the Three of Pentacles is, the Three of Pentacles is often finding that person that you work well with, and him focusing on one pentacle here. It kind of leads me to look at, two becoming one. He's putting these two pentacles into this one that he's really focused on. I also think of like the Holy Trinity, type of situation with this card. And so with that, what I'm getting with that is perhaps something didn't quite work within this family situation or within this union. Maybe that's what you're having regrets about. Maybe that's what's kind of keeping you up at night. But, then we have the Ten of Pentacles right here next to it. The Ten of Pentacles, that talks about, abundance, that talks about family card, abundance in all areas. And I'm seeing a lot of Pentacle cards. So you could be very stressed out, and have a lot of anxiety over finances, and there's, like I said, family cards and finances, so that could be where your stresses are. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles, that is all about, kind of planting and then waiting for things to come into fruition. And then she's focused over here, and this is what keeps catching my eye. We have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups, that is a message of love. And so, the Page of Cups, that could be, like I said, loving message, it could be text, it could be email, it could be phone call, any way to extend a message of love. So this could either be you waiting on a message of love, or you waiting for that right time to send a loving message. But what's catching my eye here is the way the Page of Cups is kind of focusing on this ghost card, of regrets and everything. And then how the Seven of Pentacles, a card of waiting, is kind of focused on, the Page of Cups. So to me, that's kind of saying that, you have regrets, you want to kind of possibly make amends or extend your cup, your message of love, to kind of heal those regrets that you're having, but you're waiting. Either you're waiting for the right time, or you're waiting out of fear, you're waiting out of anxiety, because you don't know how to move forward, you don't know how to present that, you don't know how to make amends, you don't know how to say sorry. Now, Taurus, this could be, like I said, for you, or it could be your situation. This is energy, so again, take it how it resonates, if you need to kind of flip the energy. But, Taurus, again, like I said, what I'm seeing is just a lot of, your hands are not tied like you think they are. You cannot live with a bunch of regrets and negativity. Know that this is the start of a brand new cycle for you. This is a brand new beginning that you need to take and have faith. take that leap of faith and start that new beginning. Pursue your passions, take action. Get out of your head. It's okay to kind of reminisce about, memories and, everything like that, but you can't hang on to those. You have to move forward. You can't hang on to regrets or negativity either. Everything can be changed. That's why we have free will. Like I said, just address that root chakra and, make sure, like I said, you are doing some kind of chakra healing to kind of get that back in alignment. If you do Reiki or anything like that too, that would definitely help. But yeah, Taurus, so, what I'm saying is just, you need to really release the regrets. You need to release the anxiety and the fears. This, like I said, I'm kind of getting more family situation, definitely finances, family. There's a lot of healing that kind of needs to take place here. So Taurus, again, forgive yourself. That way you can kind of move forward and forgive those who need it as well. Let go of regrets, let go of negativity, let go of things that you can't control. Like I've said before, you cannot change the past or what happened in the past, but you can learn from it and you can grow from it. Your hands are no longer tied here in the future. Learn from the past and, like I said, grow from it. So Taurus, that's what I have for you. So that was your spiritual messages. I thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. And I will see you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.